What happens if you take every design tool you trust, throw it out the window, and replace it entirely with AI? For the last 30 days, that's exactly what I did. Every graphic, every layout, every color palette, every background removal, all of it done with AI tools. And I'm not going to lie to you. Some of it was genuinely magical, and some of it broke in ways I did not expect. Today, I'm walking you through the entire experiment, tool by tool, including the exact moment the whole thing nearly fell apart. If you've ever wondered whether AI design tools are actually production-ready or just really good at demos, stick around, because this is the honest answer.
First, the ground rules, because an experiment is only as good as its constraints. My old workflow was the classic stack: Photoshop for image editing, Illustrator for vector work, and hours of manual color sampling and background clipping. For 30 days, none of that was allowed. Every deliverable had to start with an AI tool. Midjourney handled graphics and concept art. Canva's Magic Studio handled layouts and social posts. Figma's built-in AI handled interface design work. Remove.bg did background removal, and Khroma, a free tool that learns your color taste, generated every palette. The budget cap was about $25 a month in subscriptions, roughly half of what my old software cost per year. And one more rule: if the AI output needed more than 10 minutes of manual cleanup, I had to count that as a failure for that task. That last rule is where things got interesting, and it's where the first cracks started to show.
Let's start with the strongest link, Midjourney. At $10 a month for the basic plan, this was the tool that consistently made me look better than I am. Hero images, blog headers, YouTube thumbnail backgrounds. The photo realism is genuinely at the level where clients couldn't tell the difference from licensed stock photography. The style reference feature was the breakthrough for workflow use. Feed it 3 or 4 images in your brand style, and every generation after that stays visually consistent. That's the difference between a toy and a tool. But here's what broke: text. Anytime a graphic needed actual words baked into the image, a poster headline, a label, Midjourney mangled it. Misspellings, warped letters, phantom characters. The workaround was generating the image clean and adding text in Canva afterward, which works. But it's an extra step that AI was supposed to eliminate. Verdict: for pure imagery, it's production ready today. For anything with typography, you still need a human in the loop.
Now here's the tool I underestimated: Canva's Magic Studio. I went in expecting a gimmick, a few AI buttons bolted onto a template library. What I found instead was the glue holding the entire experiment together. Magic Design takes a prompt or an uploaded image and produces complete, coherent layouts, social posts, presentations, even multi-page documents, in your brand colors and fonts if you set up a brand kit. The layout engine is doing real work: hierarchy, spacing, contrast. Not always perfect, but shockingly often usable as is. Magic Edit became my secret weapon for fixing AI images: brush over an area, describe what should be there instead, done. That solved half of Midjourney's failures without opening a traditional editor. What broke? Fine control. When a layout was 90% right, fighting Canva's auto-alignment to fix the last 10% was genuinely harder than rebuilding it from scratch in a pro tool. At roughly $15 a month, it's not free, but it replaced hours of manual layout work every week. For marketers and small teams, this alone justifies the experiment.
Figma was the most complicated story of the 30 days, because Figma's AI is simultaneously impressive and frustrating. The headline feature is first draft: describe an app screen, a settings page with dark mode toggle and notification preferences, and it generates an editable, layered, component-based wireframe. Editable is the key word. Unlike an image, everything it generates is real Figma elements you can grab and move. That's a genuine day saver for you. Pricing is surprisingly generous. The free starter plan includes 150 AI credits per day, and paid seats at $16 a month get 3,000 credits monthly. So what broke? 2 things. First, the meter. AI credits burn fast on iterative work. Regenerate a draft 4 or 5 times while refining a prompt, and you're suddenly watching a countdown clock instead of designing. Second, the quality cliff. First draft is excellent for standard screens and falls apart on genuinely novel layouts where it defaults to generic dashboard soup. The lesson: treat it like a junior designer who works in seconds. Great first pass, but you're still the art director.
Every workflow has unglamorous jobs. And this is where two small tools quietly became M. VPS Remove.bg does exactly one thing. You upload an image. It deletes the background. Hair, fur, glass, edges that used to take me 15 or 20 minutes of careful clipping in Photoshop come out clean in about 5 seconds. The free tier handles preview resolution, and paid plans from around $9 a month unlock full resolution and batch processing. Is it perfect? No, complex shadows and transparent objects still trip it up. But it's right often enough that checking its work is faster than doing it myself. Then there's Khroma, my favorite free discovery of this whole experiment. You pick 50 colors you like, and it trains a personal model that generates infinite palettes tuned to your taste, with the hex codes, text contrast checks, and combinations ready to copy. It won't replace a trained color theorist for brand systems, but for killing the blank page problem at the start of a project. Brilliant. Not every AI tool needs to be revolutionary. Some just need to delete one chore forever.
So after 30 days, where did the AI-only workflow actually break? 3 places. First, typography. Every image generator still mangles text, which means any design where words are the hero, posters, ads, packaging, still needs a layout tool and a human. Second, the seams between tools. Midjourney images don't naturally live in Canva layouts. Figma drafts don't export cleanly anywhere else. I spent real time just moving files between platforms and fixing what broke in transit. The industry calls this an AI workflow, but right now it's really 5 separate AIs that don't talk to each other. Third, and this one surprised me, decision fatigue. When a tool can generate 100 variations in a minute, you can drown in options. More than once, I burned 40 minutes comparing 4 good enough variants that a deadline would have forced me to pick between in 2. AI didn't just change how fast I worked, it changed where the work actually is. The bottleneck moved from execution to judgment. That's the real story of AI design in 2026.
Let's put the whole 30 days on one scoreboard. Midjourney 9 out of 10 for imagery, 3 out of 10 for anything with text. Canva Magic Studio, the most used tool in the stack, call it 8.5 out of 10 for marketing and social design. Figma AI 7 out of 10 for UI, first drafts with an asterisk for credit limits. Remove.bg and Khroma 9 out of 10. Because doing one boring thing perfectly is exactly what software should do. Overall verdict on the AI-only design workflow. It's real, it's here, and it costs about half of a traditional software stack, but it is not hands-off. The job isn't gone. The job moved from making things to directing, choosing, and fixing. If you're a designer, that's not a threat, it's a promotion.
If this saved you from running your own 30-day experiment, subscribing will save you even more time. I test AI tools so you don't have to, twice a day, every day. Hit subscribe, ring the bell, and tell me in the comments, which tool are you betting your workflow on? See you in the next one.